This is Horror Talk with Annie, and I'm Annie, your host with the most. Please hit the subscribe button to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on all the great content coming up, just like what we have on tonight's episode called Thriller Book Review Spotlight. On tonight's show, we're going to review a brand new fantasy horror thriller straight out of the rapidly growing Chicago publisher Long Overdue Books. Now, the title of the book is Children of the Scroll, and the author is Rick Tabor. Now, I read this book, and honestly, it is such a great story. The book was just published a few months ago, so I'm going to read from the back cover just to let you know what all the excitement's about. So let's get into it. After his mother dies during a pandemic, Brian Newman stumbles upon an ancient scroll that creates life from clay. Seeking to bring his mother back to life, he enlists the help of a disgraced rabbi to obtain an unusual list of ingredients for use in a ritual that changes everything. Chased by mercenaries, a foreign weapons company, the police, a purveyor of ancient artifacts, and an unscrupulous Russian private investigator, Brian and his family must hide, survive, and fight to keep the scroll out of the hands of those who want to misuse its powers. Just don't let this beautiful cover fool you because, don't let your kids read this book because it is definitely for adults only. Let's see, there are miracles, violence, horror, mystery, romance, foul language, magic, gore, twists, turns, and even a racy scene or two. And I'm not talking about the NASCAR type, if you know what I mean. The story leads the reader to all locations all over the world: Prague, Moscow, Milwaukee, Wuhan, China, Tehran, Israel, the mountains of Afghanistan, Skokie, Illinois, and even the Texas Hill Country. The author also includes time, date, and location stamps regularly along the way to help the reader, stay in sync with all the moving parts of the story. This book has a 5-star rating on Amazon, a rating of 4.6 stars on Goodreads. Kirkus Review says, in Tabor's debut fantasy novel, a colorful cast of characters seeks a magic scroll that can resurrect the dead, and everyone in the cast feels unique and fun. This book has officially gone mainstream. So let me share a few more comments from actual readers of Children of the Scroll. CS says, genius. I can't believe it either, but he said it 3 times. WR wrote, the best ending I've read in a very long time. BF wrote, this would make a great action movie. G wrote, it's a high compliment to Children of the Scroll from me that I read it with barely a break. SM said, fast-paced and full of excitement and adventure. Fascinating concept, interesting historical facts woven into. And last but not least, KS wrote, I am impatiently awaiting and crossing my fingers for book number 2. The book is available on longoverduebooks.com, Amazon, and Kindle. And if you're lucky enough to live near one of the 38 libraries in the United States, where the book is waiting on a shelf in a dark corner just for you, well, then you can go borrow it for free. And apparently, this first-time author has also flipped the switch on his new website. It's www.ricktabor.com. Yes. And that brings us to our guest for tonight's show. Now, our producers are always on the hunt for the most interesting and the most famous readers available. Well, tonight is no exception, and they have absolutely outdone themselves. Because tonight, we have a very special guest, straight from his brand new hot mansion just outside the gates of hell. Please welcome thriller book enthusiast and soul harvesting ghoul, the Grim Reaper.
Well, thank you so much, Annie. I'm truly delighted to be here on your show tonight. How do you like my new Stanley Cup?
Oh, have a nice Last day? I suppose that's cute in a sort of horrific way, but the honor's all mine, Grim. But come on, is that your real voice?
Now I'm just messing with you. I'm a big fan of Monty Python. We've got two of them down here, you know?
Ah, well, I don't have that chromosome that, genetically makes men enjoy Monty Python, the Three Stooges, and Dumb and Dumber.
Oh, a wise guy, eh? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I do have a question though. There are like 8 billion people on the planet. So aren't there like lots of people dying right now that you should be, well, reaping?
Actually, it's 8.2 billion people, and 178 people die every single second at the Earth's current population density. Now, this is not a very well kept secret in the soul harvesting industry, but I literally have millions of harvester demon associates dressed in our trademark black robe with accompanying scythe accoutrement. Don't tell my boss, President Lucifer, but I currently have too many helpers, so I just mostly sit around and read thriller books all day, especially ones that involve a little bit of horror. You know me, passionate about me work and all.
Yeah, well, I couldn't notice, but why exactly do you have a British accent?
That is a very good question. This is actually my normal voice, and as you can hear, it's honestly not very frightening. I found that utter and complete silence is usually the best way to horrify and intimidate my clients into giving up their souls without a lot of muss or fuss. Also, the MDFH, after hearing my natural voice, insisted upon it.
I'm sorry, Grim, but what is the MDFH?
Oh, apologies, that's an acronym from hell. Literally, MDFH is our marketing department from hell.
Well, thanks for that. And we have those here too.
You're welcome for that. Interesting fact. One of the most successful marketing campaigns of the MDFH was the invention of cigarettes back when the Pilgrims arrived in America. The marketing department thought it would be utterly hilarious that the nicotine was delivered by a cigarette where you had to breathe in through a burning, toxic, smoking tube into your lungs. They figured people would get more acclimatized to their final destination. And look what happened. Cigarettes spread all over the world, causing millions of deaths by cancer every year. And that really amped up our soul harvesting numbers, let me tell you.
Goodness, how utterly evil.
That's our motto. Be utterly evil. Oh, and don't forget the mosquito. Many people say that the first question they'd like to ask God is, why on earth did you create the mosquito? They're so annoying. Well, what they don't realize is that the mosquito was smuggled onto Earth illegally by the marketing department from hell. Talk about an evil genius. Malaria. Who would have thought a tiny mosquito could be the deadliest animal ever?
Absolutely fascinating, Mr. Reaper.
Please, call me Grim. If I'm not mistaken, we'll be getting to know each other much better pretty soon if you'd catch my drift.
Wait, wait, what do you mean? You don't mean that you're going to be paying me a visit? Oh, can you tell me when?
Now, that's the kind of information we don't normally give out to mortals. But in your case, I'll consider it a professional courtesy. As a matter of fact, I'll be paying you a visit. just like I pay everyone a visit.
Well, as fascinating as your duties as Grim Reaper are, I suppose we should get to the part of the show where you actually give Children of the Scroll your review. So, how did you like it, Grim?
I have to admit, this book absolutely pissed me off. It was horrible. This scroll, if it actually does exist, and it's not really clear whether it does or not, would put a serious dent in my soul quotas. I mean, think about it. Let's say someone dies during the pandemic, and oh, by the way, the pandemic was really great for my business, especially with all those anti-vaxxers and anti-maskers. That was MDFH again, just so you know. Where was I? Oh, yeah. Let's say someone dies during the pandemic, and you just gather together some admittedly difficult to acquire gruesome ingredients and bring them back to life. I or one of my talented staff has already gone through the time and effort to collect the person's soul, filled out the 15 pages of paperwork, dragged them to hell, or sometimes the other H word place.
You you mean heaven?
Oh, ah, there's no need for curse words during the family show. Yes, the other H word place. So I've dragged them to hell, and then all of a sudden, poof, they're back on Earth again, living life like there's no tomorrow. And if you think about it, you might even be able to bring them back again and again and again.
But Grim, Children of the Scroll is only a work of fiction.
Well, it damned well seemed to me that this scroll could be real, and believe you me, that my guys in the field will be keeping a keen eye out for it, so we can put it into a very, very deep hole, pour gasoline over it, throw a lighted Zippo lighter in, and bury the whole lot forever.
Oh, so it sounds like those two chapters with the Zippo lighters really inspired you.
I have to admit, both those chapters were truly horrifyingly inspired. I took a few notes and I intend to welcome Mr. Tabor into hell personally when his time comes up.
Well, I have some bad news for you, Grim. I'm pretty sure Mr. Tabor is a devout Christian.
Oh, come on! Watch the language. I suppose we'll have to get the MDFH to start working on Mr. Tabor. He obviously doesn't understand hell's true value proposition.
Ugh, well, unfortunately, it looks like our time together on Thriller Book Review Spotlight is coming to an end.
Interesting choice of words, Annie. Speaking of time coming to an end, did you know that a person dies every 33 seconds from cardiovascular disease? Time's up, Annie.
Where'd he go? Oh, oh, stop it! Stop that! Oh, get that thing away from me! Please remember to hit that subscribe button on my YouTube channel and also follow Rick Tabor at ricktabor.com. Stop it! Stop it!